I think that people are attracted here because we have a preschool. We have a witness to those families, whether they are unchurched or whether they belong to another church. I think they all feel welcome here. This becomes a place for them to be a part.
I think the preschool, with its first year of operation, had 17 or 18 children, and in the past 5 years or more, we average anywhere from 90 to 105 children, so it's definitely grown. The community in the area has grown a lot. There's a lot of development, a lot of young families moving into the area, and so we're a perfect location for a preschool. We're not in a busy hubbub. It's a very rural kind of setting here, and it's a comfortable setting for parents to bring their children, and so we really fit their needs, and we're glad we do.
I think Gloria Dei has, I'm going to use that word dynamic again, ever-changing, but very traditional kind of youth ministry with lots of parents involved, lots of people who don't have youth any longer, who have continued to be part of our youth ministry.
The youth program, when my children were going through, was pretty large. There was a large population of youth, and we've had some really good people who've worked with youth in the past. George and Noni Morris come to mind more than anybody. Those two gave so much of themselves and really built the youth program, and so when it was eventually Gary's and my turn to take over the youth, we really tried to follow the footsteps that they had laid down. We changed a few things, we built on a lot of their things, but they're really the ones that made it a really strong program, and I think a lot of what we still do now, a lot of what's still being done now in the youth program is a direct result of them.
I think as our youth feel loved and cared for here, they have a huge impact in their own schools, on their soccer teams, whatever other activities they're involved in.
People come to Gloria Dei for a lot of different reasons. I've said over the last 10 years that more people come here from other Christian traditions or no Christian experience, more than we have people who are Lutheran. This congregation tends to welcome people of a lot of different varieties. When you look out on Sunday morning to the people gathered, a large percentage of them have not been Lutheran. It's always been a church that has valued lay leadership. It's always been a church that I think draws from really able, willing people who believe in this church, in the mission of the gospel, and are willing to do something about it. And I think one of the hallmarks of this church is its strong lay leaders.
We strive to present worship that appeals to a lot of different people, and I think that is attracting to people. One of the more exciting things for me personally has been atomic worship, a couple times a month gathering in the sanctuary for a more informal worship with excellent loud rock music and sometimes quiet, reflective, unplugged music. This congregation has been so blessed with musical gifts, instrumentally and vocally.
Music around here comes from the heart, and I think when music is played, when people are singing, it's coming from their soul, and there's a real honesty and a real sincerity, I think, that comes through music, and I think that's very, very evident here. We've had great music leadership. Sue Johnson, of course, was a real one-woman show.
Sue was a fireball. She had the choristers going, she had choir singing, she brought in instrumentalists, she got a band started. She had the kids involved, and she got the band going, and she got people playing who hadn't played for, like me, 15 years, some even longer. Actually, Sue was the one who got me to actually play a solo at church.
there's no way any one person can fill her shoes anymore. It's just too big a job, and how she was able to manage it all is truly with the hand of God, I believe. Marie Jodock was another gem who I could walk into this church with my eyes closed, and when the organ was playing, I knew if Marie was at the keyboard.
We played with Marie Jodock, who was great fun to play with. And there were Saturdays we wouldn't realize it, and we'd been practicing for almost 2 hours on some new songs, just having fun.
I could always tell if someone else was here in her place, because no one could play like she could. And again, it came right from deep within herself.
We always celebrate happy occasions in this church, and this is the most happy time of the year. So we ask all of you to join in, especially the young folks and the old folks, in singing a happy birthday to Jesus. You give us a key there, Marie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jesus. Happy birthday to you.
I don't think we'd have the music program we have now if we wouldn't have had Al and Sue and Marie. They brought people along and made it fun.